What's up, guys? I'm the washer and dryer guy. I've been repairing and refurbing washers and dryers since 2011. If this video helps you, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I will answer you. Hey guys, today we're talking about lid switches. So if you're pressing the start button on your Hotpoint or your GE dryer, they're pretty much the same type of dryers, and it's not starting, it's probably either power supply, meaning check your breaker, or the plug itself has gone bad behind your dryer. If that's not the case, the next culprit is going to be the lid switch, and that's what we're going to talk about today, how to test it. All you're going to need is a tester and a Phillips head screwdriver. So the only other thing you'll need besides that is to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. A quick check, if it's not making a click noise at all, if you come in close you can hear this. If it's not making this noise, it's probably gone out. Now sometimes they'll go out without that. That's a surefire way. If it's not actually clicking, if it's just real loose or just stuck in, and it's probably gone bad. But to actually check it, if you're still thinking it could be the lid switch, is you're going to need a tester to test it with and a Phillips head screwdriver. All right. So first, Phillips head. There's one Phillips head right here. One on the opposite side right there. And close it back up. All right, from right here, you can just lift this up, and if you're really careful, you can get it unhooked from here without breaking these little ears off. But to be safe, I like to go ahead and remove these 3 screws out of the back. Actually, this one's missing one, somebody's taken already, but there'll be a screw here, usually a screw here, and a screw here. If you take these 2 off, it'll make life a lot easier, and you won't have to worry about breaking these little plastic pieces off. All right, loosen these up. All right, from here, now the top's gonna come off. Now, obviously, we're unplugged. I'm gonna come off with this, and it will come off to one side or the other, and here's the plastic pieces I'm talking about. These guys will snap off super easy. So if you just take that off, here, lean it back, or just have it barely off of there. Now this piece is gonna come off so much easier. It'll just come forward, and it's so much easier getting it off. All right, I'm gonna turn the dryer back. All right, from here, I'm going to take out this screw here and this screw here. On this machine, they happen to be Phillips as well. Sometimes they'll be 1/4-inch drivers or 5/16. So you take that guy out, and the door's going to want to pop open, and this guy out. All right, now it's going to want to come out very easily. From here, on these newer machines, there's actually a little keeper. Just kind of have to lean just a little bit and make it fall out of its tracks. Right here, pull it forward some. On the old machines, don't have that. All right, now I pulled it away, and these just popped off. That's real normal. If you're careful, and you don't have that keeper to hold your back, you could just pivot this all the way around, kind of halfway lean it right there, and then you'll know right where your wires come from. But usually these come off so easily, they're going to pop off anyway. We're going to talk about how to figure out where those wires came from. They're really easy to figure out. There's usually just 2 wires. If there's a 3rd wire that's going up, it's going to be going to a light. But usually it's just these 2 wires. From right here, we're going to take our tester. And this is going to be hard to see because there's a little piece of plastic that they always keep right here in the way, and it doesn't just detach. But let's see if we can figure out how to do this. May just have to take pictures. All right, so closed is right there, and that's closed. When this is open, now that won't beep, and that's a good sign of a good lid switch. Now, the third one in the center is for the light. Normally it's running up to a light, and when the dryer is open, it will activate like it is right now. And then when the door is closed, it's not going to activate. I'm going to do this with one hand. There. Right there. But the door sensor will. Alright, here's what it looks like wired up. The brown wire with a stripe on it will go on the left. The white wire will go on the far right. And in the center, if you have a light, the one white wire in the center that's going straight up will head to that light. A lot of dryers don't have that light, and that area will just be left blank. A lot of times on these, they'll be slightly, especially if you open it, it'll bend these open some, and you're going to have to get a little bit of pliers to them and bump them in just a tiny bit, just a little bit, just so they hold snugly. But these are just, this one's fine, but this one's a little bit opened. All right, from right there, that's testing the lid switch. If that test didn't go through, then you're going to take this lid switch out. To take it out, you have to have the door open again, and it's got two clamps. There's one right here on this side, and there's one that's going to be hard to see on the opposite side. You'll squeeze them together and push this through. Just like that. All right, to the other side, and it's out, and you're ready to replace it. When you're ready to come back, just remember the plugs go towards this side, towards the outside of the door, or the left wall. So we'll just put it right back in because this one is still good. And that's it. Now we're just... All right, guys, before we get done here, one thing to check while you already have all this off is to see if these pads have worn out and have gone bad. Sometimes the pad will be so worn out that it'll be digging into the actual plastic. This is a great time to look at these before we put this cover on because we're right here at them. Another thing to check real quick, and I did another video on this on cleaning out lint, is see if this fan blades are covered in lint. If it's caked onto them, clean that off. And if this exhaust for the fan or intake for the fan is completely stopped up, pull the filter out, clean out the inside of this so it can breathe a lot better. This is super common for this to get full of lint. One more place for it to get full of lint is around the edge of this stainless steel. And I have another video how to clean that out. Do not take an air compressor and blow. They'll blow it right onto the heating element and will catch on fire. So you gotta take the drum out if you got a whole bunch of lint build up around that edge and clean it out from the other side. All right, so now you check that real quick. Let's put it back together. Put this here, right next to the machine. I'm gonna plug in those two wires. And on the newer machines, that little clamp that we had issues with earlier just pops right into place to hold this in. And now we're just gonna lean it up. Lift up on the drum just a tiny bit, get everything back in order, and now we're going to put those two screws we took out before back in place now that everything is lined back up. And there's a little keeper right about here on this side. There's a little pin that goes in about halfway down, a little flat piece. Just double check. When these walls pretty much start holding themselves, you got it in place though. All right, same thing on the other side. And this is always the spot that I'm super careful because if you drop a screw, you gotta take this whole door back out to get back to that screw. It happens, just be as careful as possible, but on occasion you're gonna drop that screw in there. All right, from here, we're gonna take this. Right here is a little lip, and it runs underneath this metal lip right here. And just gonna lift this guy up over here a little bit on top. And just like that, it's in place. There it goes. Both sides are in place. So now you'll see there's a little cutout right here, so it goes like that and then goes over a little. Just a tiny bit that way after you have it in. You're gonna lay that down. We're gonna put those screws back in on the back. And then we're gonna put the two front screws in. All right, I'm gonna put those 2 screws back in the back, and that is it, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If this video helped, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them.